All right, Dr. Straehla, I want you to sit back and relax because it is my privilege to let you know that Rally is going to be granting you $50,000 for, I guess, for this coming year. And Adam, you'll go through when and where that's going to happen. I get the privilege of letting you know because it is one of the things we do on an annual basis. We're coming up on our 6th year. Is we do something called the 24 and 24. Which is a CrossFit event. I own a CrossFit box north of Atlanta. And every hour on the hour, we do a workout and to help raise money for Rally Foundation and the Cures for Childhood Cancer. And this year we raised over $100,000. So we get to give away a $50,000 grant. I crowdsourced that to my participants and their donors. And I couldn't give them too much information, so everything's safe. But the work that you're doing with DIPG hit a nerve with them, and that's where they want the money to go. So if you could tell us a little bit about the project, the research that you're doing, where you're doing it out of, and just fill us in on how it's going so far.
This is so meaningful. Thank you, guys. So a little bit about me. I'm a pediatric neuro-oncologist, so I see patients with pediatric brain tumors, but I also have an engineering background, and I think a lot about, how could we do better treating patients if we can get the drugs to the tumor at the right dose, at the right concentration. And so a lot of my work is in developing new ways of delivering drugs we already know are good, but getting them actually into the brain. And so I'm so ecstatic to have a support for this project. It's something I'm really passionate about and have a lot of great folks here at, I work at Dana-Farber and also at Massachusetts Institute of Technology, and we collaborate together to try to bring these engineering principles into the clinic. And I couldn't be happier. Thank you so much.
That's great. What types of technologies are you using to try to isolate the cancer cells?
So I work in nanotechnology, so really trying to take things down to the smallest scale. And it turns out, a lot of materials have special properties when they become kind of on the same level of the size of a virus. And you can think very kind of carefully about how would that particle engage with things like the blood-brain barrier, which keeps most drugs out of the brain. And I also think about how nanoparticles might be more selective in getting into tumor cells, but less into healthy cells. And so especially with diffuse intrinsic pontine glioma, which is such a devastating disease that presents in children that are usually, toddler or kindergarten age, we want to think about the developing brain as well as the tumor cells. And so I'm working with some really smart folks who are into the biology side and know, this drug would be great if we could just get it to the right cells. And we work together to try to make that happen.
That is so cool. You're in phase 0, I guess?
It's fascinating, actually.
Yeah, I mean,
really
nanotechnology, I mean, you're talking about very small little foreign objects that are integrated into the body, yeah?
Yeah, so you can make nanoparticles out of anything. A lot of the ones you might think of in like the preclinical research stage might be a gold nanoparticle or something like that. We're actually working on things that are more biodegradable, so use lipids similar to what's in the membrane of a cell, and also some kind of targeting peptides that all can be broken down by the body. But the idea is to get more of the drug into the right cell, but let the whole carrier of the nanoparticle be able to degrade and kind of healthily, intrinsically get rid of by the body, but get the drug into the right place.
The future is coming to pass here. Dr. Straehla, that is amazing what you and your team are doing. I hope the $50,000 goes a long way for your team up there at MIT.
Absolutely.
And we just wanted to thank all of you for what you're doing, all the good work that you're doing to help these kids, because kids that get hit with DIPG, I mean, I guess within 12 to 18 months is normally they're lucky to make it that far. So this is really important work that you're doing, and we want you to know that.
Oh, I really, really appreciate it. It's the best way to start my day. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you for the work that you do and the work the community does, and engaging in important ones. We're able to afford grants like this. We are very housekeeping
Adam, I'm going to interrupt you for just a minute. You're kind of breaking up, and I know you've got some administrative stuff for Dr. Straehla. So you might want to redo your headphones or whatever, as she's getting about every third word.
You're right. Sorry.
Is this better?
Yes.
Much better. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to get new ones of those now. Now they don't work. Well, I was saying earlier that thank you to both of you, really, Dr. Straehla, for the work that you do. It's super important and it makes a huge impact. And we are thrilled to be awarding you this grant. And John, to you and your community and all of the work that you guys do to raise these important funds that allow Rally to make grants like this. So really thank you to both of you. Dr. Straehla, a couple of just housekeeping things. So Leanna Lang, who is our grants administrator, who I'm sure you've been in contact with, she will be reaching out soon with kind of the next steps in the award process and all of the details on the post-award agreement and just all of the next steps. And then the other thing I wanted to ask you about is if you were aware of the DoD funding that's separate from the NIH funding. Are you aware of those funding opportunities?
Yes, I actually had an earlier career Horizon Award from the DoD about 2 years ago,
good.
and I'm hoping to apply for the Early Career Fellowship Award this summer, which I know is, I know you guys really have advocated for that funding, and it's pretty significant. There's a whole category just for pediatric brain tumors, which is really exciting for folks like me.
Yes, we are super excited about it. Yeah, this process for us started about 6 years ago when our founder, Dean Crow, wrote a white paper to include funding for pediatric and adolescents and young adults and their specific cancers. And the first year we got 3.3 million, and then here we are 5 years later, and we've gotten $54 million secured in additional funding. So I definitely wanted to make sure you knew about that. If you are interested, it sounds like you know a lot about it, but we are hosting a webinar on DoD funding on Monday, April 18th at 11 a.m. And Leanne will send more information about that. So if you're interested in joining that, please feel free. But
that's great. Yeah, more info is better. I mean, you guys have a very rigorous award process, which is great, but the DoD takes it to a whole nother level. It's many hours of paperwork.
It's interesting you say that because because we've advocated so hard and we've been so involved in that process, we certainly want to encourage Rally funded researchers to apply because you scored so well in our process. We think you would, we would encourage you to apply for funding from the DoD. So yeah, I mean, Leanna has all of the information about that. And like I said, we're hosting a webinar, so certainly encourage you to be a part of that. And again, we're just thrilled, and we are, thank you for what you do and making an impact. And John, again, you as well. We are, you guys are what helps move our mission here at Rally forward. So thank you both again so very much.
Oh, thank you
Adam.
guys. I'll be thinking of you guys working out, John. I don't work out as much as I should, but I'll, take it to heart that you guys are doing that for me. Thank you.
Absolutely. It sounds like you're staying in the lab all hours, either working on the solution or filling out paperwork. So best of luck to you this coming year.
Thank you. Thank you
All right,
guys.
well,
Have a great
enjoy
day.
the rest of your day, and Dr. Straehla will be in touch very soon.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right, take care. Thanks, John.
Mhm.